Question 12 reads, how many cubical blocks, each with edges of length 4 centimeters, are needed to fill a rectangular box that has inside dimensions 20 centimeters by 24 centimeters by 32 centimeters? This is a classic volume problem that has two different ways you could go about solving it, so I'm going to do both. The first method, and the one that I personally prefer, is the conversion first method, meaning that before I calculate the volume required, I'm going to convert over to these 4 centimeter blocks as my units first. So instead of calculating it as 20 centimeters by 24 centimeters by 32 centimeters, I'll instead find out how many blocks are in each of these dimensions. Since the blocks each have edges of length 4 centimeters, that means that we have 5 blocks times 6 blocks times 8 blocks. Then you can just multiply across and you'll get 240 blocks. Your second method is to do what I'll call calculation first, meaning that you're going to calculate the volume first and then divide it by the volume of an individual block. So that means we'll do 20 centimeters times 24 centimeters times 32 centimeters. That'll give us 15,360 cubic centimeters of volume. Now we need to divide it by the volume of a block. One block equals 4 by 4 by 4 equals 64 cubic centimeters. So we divide them both by each other and we'll get 240 blocks. You get the same answer both ways, but I really strongly prefer the conversion first method, and that's what I recommend you do too. By doing the conversion first, you're not having to deal with deciding whether or not you need to cube things ahead of time. You deal with smaller numbers. There's no having to deal with 15,360 divided by 64. You get the conversion out of the way, and you avoid the possibility of making probably the most common mistake in this kind of problem, which is to calculate this volume and then divide by 4 instead of by 64. So I recommend you go with the conversion first method. It's cleaner, it's neater, and it's shorter. But regardless of how you do it, the correct answer is D, 240. Please continue to check out more Mindfish videos.